Hi everyone, so welcome back to my channel. So thank you for joining me once again. So this video, as you can see from the title, is going to be just testing out new products that I recently purchased. I have done 2 hauls before, so you guys will see kind of all the products that I showed there in this video. Well, some of them, not all of them, but yeah. If you guys want to see anything else from the other haul video, I'll go ahead and link them down below. And if you guys see anything you guys want me to test out or try on camera, just go ahead and let me know. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get started. So starting off with this Olie Henriksen serum, I actually really enjoy this. This is like one of my favorites now. I always use this before applying any of my makeup. Then going on to the Lemonade palette from Christian Dominique Cosmetics, we're going to go ahead and take Mango and then just apply that as our transition color. As you guys can see, the color is very buildable, so you can get a light wash of it or you can get full-on pigment as you pack it on. So I really actually enjoy these shadows. They're really nice. They're nice to blend out as well. So just going ahead and intensifying that color to your liking. So this palette does retail for $42 USD. It is cruelty free. It does have 10 eyeshadows. She does have another one, I believe it's the Latte palette. She has this one, the Lemonade palette, and I believe she's going to be launching in a couple of days another palette. But the size of the pans, of the eyeshadows, they are pretty big. So, you know, compared to Urban Decay or MAC shadows, they're a lot bigger than that. So you do get your money's worth. So as you guys can see, it does have kickback on the pan. Just because, you know, they are very pigmented, you usually get that with eyeshadows that have full pigment. But then again, it doesn't bother me, you know. It just, I think it's just personal preference, to be honest. So then we're gonna go ahead and take this color called Sweet Tea, which is kind of like a burnt orange. And then we're just gonna be dipping the crease a little bit more just to go ahead and get that perfect gradient from dark to light. Then using our Second Nature palette from Morphe, we're going to go ahead and take kind of like this deeper orange, I would say. It's the color Sweet Tea is a little bit like an orange brown. This one's like more like a true orange. So I just went ahead and apply that into the crease, just deepening it up. So as you guys can see, this eyeshadow palette does blend out very well and works very well with other eyeshadows, so which is another reason why I really actually like this palette. So using this L'Oreal Los Angeles palette called Boss Babe, we're gonna go ahead and take that color 925 and then just going ahead and deepening the crease as well. So I was just using different kinds of oranges, you know, just seeing which ones worked together and which ones didn't. But I feel like all the eyeshadow palettes work together, so you know, that's always a plus. Also, I wanted to go ahead and test out the L'Oreal palette, which is why, you know, I pulled out that orange shade. And then here we're gonna go with that shade Clocked Out, or Locked Out. Yeah, Locked Out. No, Clocked Out. Clocked Out. So we're just gonna go ahead and deepen just the sides of the crease, and then kind of like do like a little halo eye. So you know, like you guys can see the eyeshadows do blend out well, they work well together. So yeah. So now for the center of the lid, we are going to be using this chrome paint from Tarte in the shade Park Avenue Princess. You guys have seen this in some of my videos. I love to use these type of eyeshadows. They're very reflective, but then again, this is makeup I've had already. So I just wanted something a little bit more gold orangey, you know, just to go well with the eyeshadows. So moving on to the glitter part, just wanted to go ahead and use this Pixie. I believe it's called Fairy Dust Lights or something like that. You guys can see, but this one is in the color Sun Ray. And then just putting that into the center of the lid, it does make it a little bit more brighter. These kind of remind me of the Stila Magnificent Metals. Just these don't really have like that base color, if that makes any sense. They're very glittery, very reflective, very pretty, but they don't have that base color, which is why I applied it on top of that eyeshadow. So this is how your eyes should be looking. So now moving on to the Tatcha primer, we're gonna go ahead and put this all over our face, which has become one of my favorites. So at the beginning I was like, no, you know, it doesn't really do anything for me, but the more I use it, the more I like it. I feel like it's actually making my makeup last a lot longer. Also I do have some laugh lines around my mouth, and I feel like it minimizes the creasing on there. So I really love this Tatcha primer solid, whatever you want to call it. So moving on to foundation, I am using this matte velvet skin from Makeup Forever. Just because it's very matte, I want to go ahead and mix it with my NARS, just because I'm not in that whole matte face right now. So using the microfiber sponge, we're just going to go ahead and blend that out. If you guys do want to go ahead and see a full depth review on this, I have used it for a while, so I know exactly if I like it and if I don't like it, my thoughts and everything. So if you guys do want to go ahead and see a video on that, which is either way, I'm planning to do a video. So that's pretty much how it looks, you know. I mean, it does cover very well, but again, like I said, I don't want to talk too much about it, just because I am going to be doing a full video on it. So just go ahead and blend, you know, the foundation. I feel like the foundation is a little too dry for me. Even though I did apply that NARS foundation on top, I feel like my skin changed. Before I used to be very oily. Now I believe it because of the products I use under, I don't get that oily. So I don't like a full matte face, you know. So using the MAC Studio Fix concealer, which are the new ones, to be honest, I don't really gravitate towards this concealer. I prefer to use other ones, but if I have to compare this to any other MAC concealers, I would say the Pro Longwear concealer is like my holy grail. That will never disappoint me, you know. I can always go back to that. I can mix it in as my foundation, I can mix it as my concealer with any other concealers, and it works amazing. I never have, you know, a time where I say, oh, like the concealer doesn't look good today, you know. It always looks bomb. It lasts for a while. It doesn't really crease on me. So from preference, if I want to go ahead and compare this this new MAC concealer to the Pro Longwear, I definitely recommend the Pro Longwear. Another thing about the concealer is you do have to work fast because it dries up on you very fast. Then using our Laura Mercier powder, we're just gonna go ahead and set our face. Then for bronzer, we're gonna be using this Marc Jacobs, I think it's a Tantastic bronzer. But I don't know, I don't really care for this bronzer, to be honest. It is a little bit pricey, so I don't know if I should just keep using it maybe I'll warm up to it. But it has more like a gray undertone, which for my bronzers I prefer to have more like an orange undertone, just because it's gonna look a little bit more natural. So I don't know. Then using this blush from Makeup Forever, I'm gonna go ahead and put the name on the screen right now. So I actually really like these. You can make your own sets, so that's always a plus. So then going ahead and using Mango and Sweet Tea, we're just gonna go ahead and diffuse the bottom lash line. So just pretty much mimicking what we did on top, we're gonna also be doing on the bottom. So next we're gonna go ahead and take this banana powder from Too Faced, just like a little brightening powder, just to go ahead and diffuse the bronzer that we applied. I don't feel like it makes a huge difference, but it does definitely brighten a little bit. And it's like a little fine powder, so you don't get a lot of kickback in the pan. So then moving on to this Laura Geller highlighters. I did get this at Ulta for $32, so I'm gonna be trying the Gilded Honey. It does have other three, well, it has 3 in total. They're all highlighters, but obviously Gilded Honey is the most popular one. But actually I really enjoyed the other highlights on this. I don't know if they still have it in store, or if they're sold out, or they were just limited, but you guys should check it out. And it's $32 for 3 of them. You get to try, and honestly, like, how long do you really go through highlights, you know? So I feel like it is gonna take you a while to get through all of them, and mixing them all together like really gives you this pretty nice glow. So I do set my eyebrows with clear mascara. I don't know, there's something about using tinted ones that, especially when I go like right there in the front of my eyebrow, it always looks very weird. It packs a lot of like tint on it and makes it just look messy. So I don't know, I just rather gravitate towards clear mascara, so you're able to brush the hairs on top, you know, without making the color change. So you guys, I don't know what happened, but my niece was messing with my camera when I was transferring the files, and I do not have the lipstick I was using. But this is the lipstick in Aesthetic from the Dose of Color X I Love Sarai collection, I believe. But as you guys can see, it's very pretty, very fall appropriate. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and then I'll see you guys in the next one.